Welcome to Toon'd. I'm Josh the Fox Mills and I review cartoons. No matter how new, no matter how old, no matter the cost. This week for Detective Month, I wanted to take a look at the Batman animated series. This of course means that we're looking at a super toon. Did the Cape Crusader make one of the best detective cartoons of all time? Or did the Joker just get away? Stick around after the credits and see what I thought about the 90s classic, Batman, the animated series. Let's talk about the Batman. Created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger in 1939, Batman is a detective superhero from DC Comics. He is a man who dresses like a bat in order to scare and beat up criminals. Batman does this because his parents were killed in a mugging, and he swore revenge against the very concept of crime. Out of his costume, Batman is billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne.
Oh, come on. That millionaire playboy, he's too busy socializing at cocktail parties and managing the affairs of the Wayne Foundation.
Don't open this one again. Why does he think Alfred's friends with Batman? Just stop.
In 1992, Paul Dini, as well as several others, wrote and produced an animated series based off the billionaire ninja scientist detective. It ran on Fox Kids until 1995 with 85 episodes. The animation style and themes of the series took on a modern take of the old film noir classics, and it beautifully fit the detective background of Batman. This toon is widely considered one of, if not the greatest cartoons of all time. I'm more of a Simpsons man myself, but Batman in the Animated Series was certainly a great series. This was the first of the DC animated continuity that spawned several other toons that shared a collective universe. Yeah, DC did this unified universe in a non-comic format thing first. Kind of. There's some argument about that. Regardless, Paul Dini gave a loving tribute to Batman characters new and old, and even introduced a few new ones. But I'll get to that. The theme song was an orchestral masterpiece that wonderfully painted the tone of the noir theme from the very start. Batman haunted the streets of Gotham City in order to stalk and thwart the criminals who lived there. And in every episode, there was either a mystery to solve or an action extravaganza. Usually both. On to our main cast. As mentioned before, Bruce Wayne is the Batman, using his great wealth to get the education, training, and equipment to become the greatest crime fighter that Gotham City has ever known. Who happens to dress in souped-out underoos. He has many tools of the trade, like his batarangs, sharp shurikens and knives that display his ninja prowess, a grappling hook, fired by a compressed air gun for quick ascension and swinging,
Grappling hook!
and a handful of vehicles such as the Batmobile and the Batplane, sometimes also called the Batwing. Helping Batman is the Wayne family butler, Alfred Pennyworth, who is surprisingly dangerous. Robin is an orphan from a family of acrobats who were tragically killed by mobsters and adopted by Batman. Robin's real name is Dick Grayson, and he works as Batman's sidekick. In later seasons, Dick Grayson moved on to become Nightwing, where a new Robin, Tim Drake, was taken under the wing of the Bat. Commissioner Gordon is the head of police and the legal end of the justice in Gotham. He has an uneasy alliance with the vigilante Batman, basically looking the other way because Batman gets the job done. Barbara Gordon is Commissioner Gordon's daughter, who eventually takes up the mantle of Batgirl. Of course, where there are heroes, there are always villains. The Batman's rogue gallery is vast and ranges from the terrifying to silly. Let's look at a few. We start off with the Joker, perhaps the most iconic of all the Batman villains. The Clown Prince of Crime is an insane psychopath, voiced in this series by Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill. The Joker is the Professor Moriarty to Batman's Sherlock Holmes. In later episodes, they introduced a new character to serve as a servant and possible love interest for Joker, and/or abuse victim, Harleen Quinzel, or Harley Quinn. Get it? Harley was voiced by Magical Pony Princess and topic of my celebrity stalking fanfictions, Tara Strong. They gave new life to some villains, like the Clock King, or Mr. Freeze, who they changed from laughable to interesting and compelling characters. Other regulars included the Penguin, the Riddler, Two-Face, Killer Croc, Catwoman, Bane, Scarecrow, and the Mad Hatter. Then they introduced some joke characters, like the cult classic, the Condiment King. Wait, what's that? It's the Fox signal! It's time for my final thoughts!
What does the fox say?
I grew up with this series, and always thought it was a lot of fun. Watching it now, I see how well it holds up. The series doesn't really seem dated, as the noir already made Gotham feel like it was a city where the past comes alive, but it's not afraid to dabble in the modern and even futuristic super science. The villains always seemed like studies into the human psyche, and they were fascinating to watch. The excellent writing was deserving of the rewards given to it. I not only recommend this series, I almost insist people give it a look. If you are like most people, then you will probably like this tune. Next week, we will take a look at a detective anime starring a cyborg lady special agent with Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. But until then, stay tuned.